So what they're doing right now is called a body wrap. He dabbed a little bit of glass on there and he's now stringing it out. Nice. Are you going to roll that in? Or gather over it? That's right, he's raising it. So what he's doing right now, is he's heating it up, and then he's going to take this pick up here, this tool here, the little hook, to take the glass from the end and rake it towards the back, creating this really interesting pattern, color pattern in his paperweight. As he walks to the bench, though, his paperweight's kind of really long right now. He wants a nice, shorty, squatted paperweight. So as he comes back from the glory hole, he's going to be holding it up and letting it squat back on itself a little bit.
It gives the glass a nice little swooping effect.
Nice.
Fred's also using the...
Mic's not on. There you go.
My mic wasn't on. I was like, why is it so quiet? So you can see Fred also moved over to the smaller reheating furnace. It's a little bit hotter there. It's more concentrated heat, more isolated, and also takes less mass to heat up. It's smaller.
Nice.
So it'll heat up this glass faster than the giant thing blasting all the air in it. Typically our glass, we try to keep as on center as we can get it, but whenever Fred's doing one of those wrapping rings, he's actually letting the glass fall off center, flipping it, and then as he drags it with that raking tool we have, it kind of balances out, it makes itself off center.
Yeah, twist it.
Nice.
Nice. What he's going to be doing is you're going to twist it using the marker or a diamond shear? That answered my question. He's twisting it by marvering it so that by staying in the same spot for the most part and twisting, it's causing that glass to kind of roll onto itself.
Yeah, it all torques builds up on that arbor table, dragging it. But Fred's still turning, so everything with any give to it really, which is the glass more than anything, it's going to get a nice little twist. So now Fred's just cutting off the tip of that. That way when he grabs the glass and makes that really nice neckline and then cuts it off with the diamond shears, it'll bring all of those points together instead of just having all this random twisted connection at the end.
It's a pretty cool paperweight, isn't it? Yeah. Making that horrible pun again. It's a very unique, one-of-a-kind paperweight, isn't it? Yeah. None of them are the exact same, so it is unique in its own way. Yeah.
Now Fred's pressing all of that down using the metal paddle here, the taglio is the proper term for it, but kind of just pressing it down from that longer kind of cylinder shape into a little bit squatter. Sorry. Hi. Sneak attack.
Everyone, this is Mike. Wave hi to Mike.
Fred's just widening this out a little bit using that metal paddle again. As he's pressing down with that metal paddle, he's not changing the mass of the glass he's got, it's just getting pressed and squished out.
So the next thing that Fred's going to be doing is he's going to be taking the tweezer. Yes? He's going to be taking one of the tools and compressing a hole right in the center of that mass. And what that does is when he goes to gather glass over it, that's going to make a nice little air bubble right in the center of that mass. So now what he's going to do is he's just going to let that cool down a little bit. The reason we have to let it cool down a little bit before we go and gather glass over it is because if we go gather while this is hot, then all of it will just want to fall off into our furnace. And because this is colored, that will contaminate the color in our furnace.
It'll cool down enough. Solid. It's not going to move at all while Fred gathers right on top of it. You can head right over here, fill it up on it, goes in. So he'll be heading back to the bench here and using one of those locking tools. Wooden tools right here in the back. All our wooden tools are made out of cherry wood. This type of wood doesn't really burn easily because it's got a very dense grain, but at the same time it's very porous. It'll actually hold a lot of water. Because of that, when it actually touches that molten glass, it doesn't just burn the wood, it rides all in a layer of steam.
What? So as he's shaping this, what he's doing is he's getting the glass to fall off of the bottom of the paperweight and push off to the top. We don't really want it on the sides, we want it on top of the paperweight because that'll magnify that nice color pattern. Yeah, he really wants to magnify that color pattern. So the next thing he's going to do is he's going to heat it up and he's going to go to shape that paperweight. Maybe one more time with the block, or maybe he'll just start to put in that jack line or the constriction point. Looks like he's going to shape it another time with the block.
Even though that glass looked all molten hot, Fred probably could have kept shaping it and working with it. It's really important that he reheated that glass. That way that outer core that's been hanging out with the water this whole time, cooling down, stays nice and warm instead.
So he went ahead and started that constriction line. That constriction line is very important because that's going to be where we go ahead and knock that paperweight off. And that constriction point will become the bottom of the paperweight. So what Fred's going to be doing is he's going to be slowly putting that constriction line in by squeezing the jacks together, but at the same time he's going to be forcing his hand outward, which will stretch out that mass on the bottom. After he does that, he's going to be lifting that paperweight up and letting it slump over itself so it creates a nice flat bottom. Or a ring. Things like to sit better on rings than they do a flat surface. Right, Fred?
So when anyone wants to put in a jack line like Fred is doing now, it's really important to start with just a little pressure and then As you go, you add more and more because it's a circle, it's a strong shape, but the beginner mistake a lot of people will do is they'll go ahead and use the jacks, they'll slam down as soon as they start using it, and instead of making a nice even circle, they make a big oval, it doesn't break well, and throws off the whole shape of something like a paperweight or a bubble if they're working on a vessel. That line in a little bit more here. The tighter that neckline or jack line is, the more easily this will break off, but at the same time, the tighter it is, the more it pulls it out, the harder it's going to be to control. Now that he has that set in pretty well, he's just going to let that all cool down, kind of blow on it with that Sophietta, the puffer. He's holding it up too, so when we all get to look at it, it's all kind of sinking back on itself and starts to flatten a little bit more at the bottom.
Looks like red.
I don't know, we used a mystery color here along with that white, either a fuchsia or a red. I'm not going to show its true colors until about 500 degrees, about halfway through the cooling process overnight, but it's kind of fun to just watch and think about it.
Totally make that whether it's fuchsia or red.
What?
Crescent Hermes. Is the copper red? I was right? I would have won that bet.
Now that we've been hanging out there, it all kind of fell back onto that line that Fred dragged out. That way it has a flatter, wider base that it can set on.
Now he's just letting that cool down. And he's going to take it over to our knockoff table.
Fred's bringing the paperweight around for everyone to check out. Still waiting for it to cool a little bit more anyway, so why not? Add a little bit of water there, crack the glass, and I think it's a good bump like that, crack the red, pop the red off.
So now what he's doing is he's using this torch here to just melt down that point and taking advantage of that heat. We're stamping a GA in it for Glass Academy, our insignia, so that when someone purchases that, they know exactly where it came from. Flip it.
I don't have one. Okay, like flip it over here. Okay, so we hope you all enjoyed that demonstration of a paperweight by Fred. A lot of us here are still...
Yeah. Round of applause. Those are really cool paperweight. Really cool.
If you haven't already heard about our free giveaway tonight, we're giving out this Optic Centro Volt to one lucky winner. For a chance to enter and win that, you've got to put your name and email address on one of these yellow slips, put it in the cardboard box here, and be here for our big final show tonight. It starts at 7 o'clock. Usually goes until 7:30 or 8. We'll be doing the drawing right after that.
Creating this really interesting pattern, color pattern in paperweights.